Fin dal 1895 io ebbi la forte intuizione che le trasmissioni radiotelegrafiche sarebbero state possibili attraverso le più grandi distanze.
At the beginning of the 20th century, a young man in his early 20s made one of the greatest discoveries in the history of communications. It was nothing short of a revolution, the single greatest leap forward since the day Gutenberg invented the printing press. Guglielmo Marconi had pulled the world out of the era of silence. He was spurred on by the encouragement of his English mother, by the support of his father, the first to invest in his talent and genius, by the loving commitment of his brother, who helped him in the field, and by the esteem of his English cousins, to whom he confided his observations upon the nature-netic waves. This was the context in which he exercised his tremendous willpower. He would try and try and try yet again.
Vi parlerò di una mia recente pubblicazione che riguarda le oscillazioni elettriche e illustrerò il mio discorso con una serie di dimostrazioni sperimentali.
These were the years immediately prior to the great discoveries that gave birth to the wireless telegraph. An adventure into science that began in 1895 with the experimental breakthrough which is now known as the Hill of the Celestini. Marconi proved that radio waves would not be stopped by the apparent obstacle presented by a mountain.
Ce l'hai fatta, dai, spara! Spara!
Some few years later, he knew he could overcome the immensity of the ocean. On the rocky Cornwall coast, he imagined challenging the stormy winter weather to project a signal to the faraway coasts of Newfoundland, more than 3,000 kilometers over the horizon. For the first time in the world, a signal was transmitted beyond the bounds of a telegraph wire. It had simply traveled through the atmosphere on electromagnetic waves and had overcome the curvature of the Earth. And here, finally, the signals arrived. The volume was low, but it was still possible to perceive clearly the signals through the instruments he himself had created. The world had come out of the era of silence to enter into the era of communication. The Istituto Luce and Europromex present The Wave Wizard, in co-production with the Council of Sasso Marconi, a docudrama on the youth of Guglielmo Marconi, the time of his greatest discoveries and inventions. Unique and exclusive library footage, and the scientifically supported fiction of director Alessandro Giuppone present the most compelling portrait to date of the young cosmopolitan genius who bridged the world. The man who laid the foundations of radio.